Hey ladies, how are you today? Nice Girl Jen here, creator founder of Nice Girls Finish Last, and going to do a very important live today, something that I feel very strongly for, and I wanted to share it with you. Many of you have already watched previous videos of mine before, and you pretty much get the concept behind Nice Girls Finish Last. And the truth is that a quote-unquote nice girl has trouble in every areas of her life, but I like to focus particularly on how it affects your business because I'm an entrepreneur. If you are watching this and you are following our brand, then you are also an entrepreneur and you're working hard on building your business. And believe it or not, having these nice girl tendencies will affect and damage the ability for your business to be successful. And actually, if I can be completely blunt, it'll cause you to downright fail. And I'm not just saying this just because it sounds great. I'm saying this because I've seen it myself. I've seen it in failures of mine. I've seen it in failures of other women when it comes to their business. And as soon as they dropped the nice girl act, as soon as they dropped that belief system and they stepped up and became an empowered woman, that is when their business really thrived. That is when their business took off. That is when they made the income that they liked and continued to grow. And if any of them, and sadly I have seen this happen, if any of them allowed someone to bring out those nice girl tendencies again, what happened is their business crashed and they had no business. So if you are building yours right now and you don't want it to be just some fun little hobby that makes you feel important, but you actually want it to do something significant with your life, change the lives of others, up the lifestyle of your family, whatever the case may be, that is something that is in your heart, then you want your business to succeed. And this would be a video for you. If you are just somebody who thinks business sounds like a fun little hobby idea, this probably won't be a video for you, or maybe it'll spark something for you. Now, if you are watching this live or if you are catching the replay, please say hi, comment, let us know where you're tuning in from. If you know other women entrepreneurs, please like and share this and get the word out to them. So I always get asked, what do you mean nice girls finish last? What's so wrong with being a nice girl? Well, first of all, as you've probably seen in previous lives of mine, being a nice girl has nothing to do with if you're a jerk, if you're rude, if you're disrespectful. It's not an action that you do towards others so much as it's actually more of a belief system and how you think and how you allow others to treat you, what you allow to happen to you. The problem with being nice is that you allow and accept bad things to happen to you, poor behavior, get mistreated, get pushed around, and you let it slide. You do nothing at all to get out of that situation. You do nothing at all to try to change it. You don't hold others accountable for their bad behavior towards you. You end up becoming basically like a doormat. To be nice is somebody who's agreeable, compliant, just pleasing. And the sad thing about it is that if you are a nice girl and you have all of these tendencies, here's one important thing, at least to me, that I would never want to be, is that you're fake. You're fake because if somebody says something to you and you don't like it, doesn't mean you have to go attack the person, but you could bring it to their attention and say, hey, what did you mean by that? Or, that was pretty hurtful to me. If you don't, and you just smile in everyone's face because you don't want to step on toes, you don't want to stir up any trouble, you don't want that other person to now not like you, heaven forbid, they stop liking you, you care about their opinion too much, even though they upset you, and you're angry at them, and you maybe hate them now, but you won't say anything to them because you still want them to like you. What is that? But so many women do it, and you know why I know they do it? You know why I know this is not some old age thinking and there's hardly any nice girls anymore and nobody does this anymore. Women are stronger now, right? They're more assertive, they're more everything. No, that's not true, because women everywhere right now, they love to do one thing, and that's to gossip. And if you are gossiping about other people, guess what you are not doing? You are not going to their face about it and saying, hey, Sally, hey, Jennifer, hey, whoever, I didn't like that right there. What can we do about that? This wasn't cool. Why don't we do this next time? Or, I'm not going to accept that. You keep doing that, and that's where me and you cut ties. You're not doing that, because if you were doing that, the problem would be squashed. You move on. Maybe apologies would be made. All of that would be worked out, and you wouldn't be gossiping around to everybody, talking bad about any and everyone, right? So why does this matter, and how does it affect your business? Well, that's what I'm going to share with you today. Because again, as an entrepreneur, I know that these tendencies can affect you in everything that you do in your life. But in the focus of building your business, we don't want our businesses to fail, and we don't want these tendencies that we have to cause us to fail when we could strive and build our business and make the money that we want and all of that. So I'm going to go over them. Here are actually 3 ways that you can tell if you're a nice girl, or if you still have some nice girl tendencies. If you can relate to all 3 of these, or 2 of them, or 1 of them, then you still got that nice girl thing going on. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what you can start to do to start to drop that off, okay? Number 1, so if any of these sound like you, then you're a nice girl. Number 1 is you will not dedicate the necessary time that your business deserves because it offends those around you. What do I mean by that? I'm sure some of you are watching right now, and you can think of a time that you were skipped out on a picnic or a barbecue or a family get-together, or your friends wanted to go out and do this, but you wanted to stay home and build a website, or you wanted to stay home and study this training that you picked up and wanted to learn more about social media marketing or sales or whatever, or you didn't go on this trip with your friends because you chose to go to this training out of town that was going to up your skills in this area of your business or whatnot. And so you don't do it. Why? Because it's offending those around you. What do you mean you're going to do that? Why aren't you coming out with us to have drinks? Why aren't you going on this trip? All you do is work, 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 work. And so because of that, hey Christine, how are you? Because of that, you stop focusing the time that you need on your business because you're tired of it offending those around you, and all of a sudden they start talking about you. Oh, she thinks she's so great now. She thinks she's this business owner. She thinks she's this hot shot, blah, blah, blah. Oh, she's bragging about her bonuses. And so since you see that happening and you know it's offending them, you start to shrink yourself down in your business. You don't work on it as much, or if you are, you don't tell them that you are because you don't want to hear them talk. So that's number 1. Number 2, you hesitate or even avoid spending any kind of money on your business, whether that be some type of training, some type of help, a program, a coaching, or whatever, because maybe you have a spouse that's like, hey, you've already bought enough samples to pass out. Hey, you already spent money at this convention. Hey, what are you doing? Meanwhile, if you didn't spend it on that, what would you be spending it on? Probably new clothes, probably more dinners out, probably a vacation. So the money's still getting spent. But because you have somebody in your ear making you feel bad about you trying to build your business, you just won't do it at all. You won't get the help you need. You avoid it. You maybe try to justify to yourself that you don't need it, and blah, 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 blah. So if you find yourself doing that as well in the past now, then that's also a nice girl tendency. And number 3, you will turn down anything necessary or critical for your business. Maybe it's a meeting, maybe it's some time to really sit and focus and come up with a marketing plan, whatever the case may be, because it's going to inconvenience the lives around you. For example, if you are watching and you are a mother, is it going to mean more babysitters? So you're going to need somebody's extra time to watch your kids, and that's going to annoy them. Therefore, you'd rather not deal with it at all. Or maybe your spouse now has to cook dinner a couple nights a week because you're not there to do it. And God forbid he makes his own meals. Maybe it's, those kind of things. Because it's going to inconvenience, or you're afraid that it's going to inconvenience other people's lives around you because you're going to need a little more help, or they're going to have to do some things on their own now without you doing it. You'd rather just not do it at all. And so what ends up happening is you get online, you start promoting all the time with no real focus, no real end in mind, no real plan of attack, no effective marketing, and your business is going to go nowhere. Your business will fail. And I know that sounds blunt and straightforward, but again, I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from my own things that I went through. I'm speaking from many other women that I've witnessed this happen. And that's why if you let those nice girl tendencies, and there's many others, not just those, but if you let those three affect you and your decisions that you make, then you will not be able to grow your business. So here's a couple things that you can do if you are watching and you're like, wow, Jen, that's so great. Thanks for telling me that I'm a lost cause. Now what do I do? Well, you're not a lost cause, first of all. You can change. And so let me tell you a couple of things that you can do. First of all, get rid of this way of thinking that you have to please everybody. We still today as women feel like we have to make everybody in our life happy. So we spend all our time doing that and we do nothing for ourselves. That's why when you see two pictures of a woman, one's dressed up looking sharp, the other one's dressed looking like a slob, and you had to say, hey, which one's the mom? You'd probably pick the slob. That's sad. Why? Because she's now trying to make everybody in her life happy and she forgot to take care of herself. Well, newsflash, if you don't take care of yourself, you're no good to anybody. So you shouldn't just, give up on yourself and move on. You shouldn't do that. You should feel good too. And if you feel good, you're going to make other people around you feel good as well. So don't forget about yourself and get off of that I've got to make everyone happy. You do your best. You do what you know is right. And don't let that be that focus, okay? Because don't forget about one person, and that's you. A second thing you could do is stop trying to just be what you think is fair and focus more on being strong. A lot of times a woman will sit and think, okay, if I make this move, is this going to offend this person? Is this going to make them feel bad because they're not as far ahead as I am? I pushed really hard and I worked really hard, so I deserve this, whatever that may be. But if I get this, are other people going to feel ripped off? And we could go through a bunch of different scenarios on this, and maybe you're thinking right now of some of them from your own experience. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. And if something is unfair to you and you feel like you've been done wrong somehow, then confront that situation and don't just sit and dwell on it and feel like, well, I don't want to step on toes, so I'm just gonna, not do anything about it, and then continue to have this problem. You need to confront it. You need to speak up when necessary and deal with it. Stop trying to hide from it because you don't want other people to stop liking you. You don't want them to feel bad, but yet they made you feel bad. I think you guys get what I'm trying to say. Okay, and another thing, stop thinking that if you do anything for yourself that it's selfish. This is the problem that women have all the time, is thinking that if I spend an hour a week on this, whether that be a class, whether that be reading, whether that be going to the hair salon, whether that be getting your nails done, whether that be a spa, whatever the case may be, and in this particular topic, anything that has to do with building your business, stop thinking that you're a selfish, horrible person for that. You're not. So get that out of your head as soon as possible, okay? So make sure that you are not worried, again, not going back to it, not worried about what everybody is thinking about you, and focus on what's going to be good for you. You do have to take some time and focus on your business, even if that means turning down other people's invites to who knows where. Okay, and then the last thing I would say that you could start doing is basically start surrounding yourself with a better group of people. I seen someone post the other day that they're not, they realized that they weren't leaving people behind. It's just that people are choosing to stay behind, and I thought that was perfect. And I think I even commented on it. That's perfect. So start surrounding yourself with people that are encouraging you, that want to actually genuinely want to see you do better and be better, and not the naysayers that are discouraging you from taking that time to your business, spending that, investing that money here for your business and whatnot. Surround yourself with those people, even if that means that your the closest people around you, your clique and all that's going to go from 20 people to 2. You'd rather have those quality relationships with you that are going to be a good support system in what you're doing than to be around a whole bunch of people that are just talking about you behind your back, or thinking, oh, well, she thinks she's better than us now, so I don't even talk to her anymore. Who cares? Because if you continue to be a nice girl and you continue to care about what they think, then you're fake, like I mentioned in the beginning. So and I know a lot of people get offended if someone calls them fake. Does that offend you? Do you want to be a fake person? Because if you're not speaking up on how you really think, if you're not addressing issues that are important to you, whether good or bad, if you are just simply doing things to please other people and not look bad to them, then you're living for them. First of all, you're not living for yourself, and you're being fake. Then nobody knows the real you, because you're just trying to please everyone and put on the smile, and none of it's genuine. And I'd rather be a genuine person. And you don't have to be a jerk to be genuine. So that's the good news. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you are catching it a little bit late, go and watch it from the beginning, and please share this with other women entrepreneurs that you know need to hear this message. You are not selfish for trying to build your business. You can actually succeed, but you have to let those tendencies go in order to do it, or I promise you, you will not see the business grow very far. So you ladies take care, and have a great rest of your day.